What's up RC drifters? In this episode we're going to be painting this sick E36 compact wide body from Aplastics. We're going to take you through a step-by-step guide on how to cut, prepare and paint a body and fit it to your chassis. So without any more things to say, let's cut some B-roll. The first step in this process is to make sure that the body is thoroughly cleaned and dry. We can do this with some normal dish soap and some hot water and then pat it dry with a dishcloth afterwards. Step 2 is going to be using a permanent marker to make sure that we draw all along the lines that we want to cut to give us a guide of where we're going to be trimming. Step 3 is to precisely score along all of the lines that we have drawn with our permanent marker before we can tear all of the excess Lexan away from the body. Step 4 is to use the masking sheet provided to mask out all of the windows and headlights and anything else that we want to make sure we do not get any paint on. And step 5 is paint application. So let's start off with step 1 and get this body clean. So making sure your wash area is really clean, we're just going to use some normal washing up liquid and a brand new sponge, and we're just going to clean this body all the way inside and all the nooks and crannies to make sure that we get rid of any of the release agents left from when the body was pressed. Want to make sure the water is as hot as you can bear and really getting absolutely everywhere. Once you are sure the body is thoroughly cleaned, you can run some fresh hot water and get rid of all of the bubbles before patting it dry. Now we can just pat the body dry and take it upstairs for the next step. Now that this body is nice and clean and dried thoroughly, we can look at marking up all of the lines where we want to cut and go from there. But to start off with, this particular body comes with the light buckets moulded in one pressing as well as the front bumper. So I'm just going to take some curved body scissors and just cut all of those pieces off to make dealing with the body a lot easier. Now all the excess panels are cut away from the body, we can look at making our lines to trace with our blade. So I'm just going to use a microfine Sharpie permanent marker and just carefully go along the lines that we want to cut. Now that we've got everything all lined in and we can see clearly where we're going to be cutting, we want to use our body scissors to make relief cuts on any change of angle, like here, here and here and so on, right the way around the shell. So then when we're scoring along the various different lines and radiuses, we've got a starting and a stopping point. And now that we've cut all of our reliefs on all of our corners, we can just take our blade, score along the line that we want, straight off the end there, and if we've applied the right amount of pressure, we should just be able to get that piece. Now with everything cut out, it's time for a quick test fit. looking really good. And now we'll move on to cutting out the bumpers and the rear spoiler. And with a bit of trimming, the bumpers all cut out. Unfortunately, as far as I could tell, the duckbill spoiler was not going to fit well at all, so I'm going to leave that for now. Now it is time to apply all of our window masks. Make sure everything is stuck down nicely. One final clean and then we're ready for paint. All of the window and headlight masks are all installed. Everything has been cleaned and we're ready to head to a ventilated area and begin spraying. Okay, everything's been cleaned. I've used a microfiber to clean off any dust on the inside of the shell and any parts that we're painting. I'm going to be using Tamiya PS45 translucent purple, and I'm going to back that with the PS48 semi-gloss anodized silver, and then I'm going to back that with PS1 white just to really try and make the purple pop, and then I'm going to back it all with PS5 black, just so it's nice finish on the underside, and also so I can do any of the trim bits lastly on the outside. So start off with, make sure the can's got a good shape. Test, looks good, and then we're just going to lay on even coats over everything. And there we have it. Got translucent purple, a bit of metallic purple as well, a bit of silver around out of that, backed with PS1. Now before we go on with the PS5, we're going to let this fully dry and we're going to cut all of our lines for the mouldings on the outside, so we can do that all in black all at the same time. But for now, I'm just going to let this thing dry. Now that the body's nice and dry, we can look at cutting all of the areas around the windows, and I'm also going to cut out the grills and the handle and get ready to paint everything black. Now with all of the sections that we want painted satin black all cut out, we can head back outside and lay the final coat of paint. The paint is finally cured and now it's time to peel the film off.